Welcome to the History Hunter. We do research, travel and find and share interesting World War II history with all of you. But guys, look at this. Is that beautiful or what? The weather today is absolutely perfect for a little explore and some metal detecting. So join me and let's go out and find the past together right now. Can you see it? Propeller aircraft coming. Every time, just say it, every time. So what are we doing here? Well, to fill you in a little bit more, let's get back to the History Hunter crib and I'll tell you a little story. Alright guys, let's take you back into the 1940s. The Germans has invaded and they have put up a lot of strongholds on the Atlantic Wall. The Atlantic Wall is what you see here. Hitler ordered to build thousands of structures all along the coastline there, and then this is one of them. This is a German World War II beach stronghold. You can see the trench line going around here, trenches protecting the area, and then you have several bunkers with different features and purposes. Rangefinder bunker, a couple of artillery positions, there's a guard position here, and there are a couple of machine gun positions around here. So this stronghold was on the Atlantic Wall and it was to protect the beaches. And then if you follow this road here a little bit, you will end up at a dead end, and this is where this beach starts. And this is where we are going to do our little adventure here today with a metal detector. At this beach, just something really special happened. But let me show you first the layout of what happened or what they built here. First, to protect the beaches and prevent the Allies from coming in here with a little mini invasion or whatever, they put up a huge set of barbed wire fences all the way out here. That actually is underwater almost when it's like high tide, and it visible when it's low tide. And then further up they had like these rams. Let me show you a picture here. I forget the names. They will be everywhere here lined up. Then in between there could be telemines, the huge mines that they use to prevent vehicles from coming up. And the telemines would have detonators like this. This is a telemine detonator, and let me show you, is it on this one? This has a date right there. Can you see it? 1939. How cool is that? I found all of them at the other location earlier. Nevertheless, then there's a ton of S mines, and the S mines, they are these things here. So there's a very special incident happening here regarding a storm, regarding something that the Germans kind of messed up. And then today my target is to see if I can find proof of what happened there. And basically it's a hunt for the S-mine minefield to see if we can locate or find any traces of that, or could there even be whole mines out there. This is a plastic 3D printed mine. Thank you, Roy, for helping us out with that. That is one of our patron team members who made, but this is a original German World War II S-mine detonator, and I found that in some oily paper in a sandy area, and it's like brand freaking new. It's just like absolutely when it was made, and that is one of the most incredible small pieces that I've ever found. Yeah, this tiny piece here, it's just like brand new, absolutely incredible. Nevertheless, are you ready, guys? Let's go out and see if we can find the past and maybe pieces of that history right there. I don't know, we could be lucky. Also, please, if you could please kindly watch the video in full, don't skip, and if you leave a comment, that is so greatly appreciated. Let's go back in time and see what this beach has to offer. To help me out to see if I can find anything here in between the gravel, rocks and sand, I have brought my macro multi-cruiser. Very versatile and simple metal detector at the same time. Really efficient if you want to use some advanced programs. Have a little digging tool and the pinpointer here, which actually just click and then it will give off a signal if it finds metal. But also the weather is so nice here. You know, yesterday we had 32.8 Celsius degrees plus. That was insanely warm. So I'm passing through this area alone, and I just wanted to revisit the mine beach, as we call it, due to the nice weather, but also I might go in and have a dip later on today. But I'm ready. I'm going to set up the program on the machine and use the GoPro camera here as well. So let's hope for the best. I'm going to use a 4-tone program with a gain of 74. And no discrimination. That pumping was to calibrate the machine against the conditions in the ground. And all I have to do now is that I just basically go around like this. And then I try and listen to if there are any signals. I was very surprised to find this very nice aluminium mine detonated last time we were here, me and Eagle Eyes, my son. So I'm basically just going to see if there could be some more. But I most likely have to go further towards the beach to find something. So I'm going to work myself away from here to over there. Also using this GoPro camera here. Convenient. Ah, green stuff. That will grow anywhere. But then in the autumn, the storm comes and that is being washed away. But it's so cool to be here and just enjoy this early morning, because when you get to around 12, 13 midday, it's too hot here. It's just going to be too hot. But that's why I'm here early in the morning. You know, the bomb squad did miss quite a lot. We found more than 80 mines, and then the bomb squad came, picked them up. And after that we found even more and even more, so there's still pieces here. This is a 20.22 caliber little cartridge, so there could be other pieces here, not the only what we're looking for. This is like one of the most perfect days for metal detecting. Dry, calm, warm, the weather is perfect, absolutely perfect. But let me tell you, if you are here in like October, November, something like that, and the really tough storms comes in here, this will be like 40 meters per second winds. The wind chill factor of that is insane when it's going down like -5, 6 or something like that. And you wouldn't be able to stand upright, and the water will be far behind me up here. So it is crazy. But then again, then it's very exciting because things are being flushed up from the ocean and you can find pretty cool things actually. So I'm doing one sweep down here with the sand. This sand wasn't here just a few months ago. It will be rocks like this, but the storm pushes the sand up. I'm going to do a little bit here, and then I'm going to follow this here. And this is where they very often just tossed away the mine detonators. So they dug them up from here, and then they just threw away the detonators, and they collected the mines. And the incident took place just about over there. I got something here. Something here, and I had some. Oh, that's a signal. Can you hear that? That's way up, but there's also something here. So let's see if we can get this one first. It's a very, very strong signal. Well, looks like it could be. Well, even need gloves today. That's good. Let's see. It's somewhere here. Oh. What is that? That's brass. That is actually brass. I always wanted to say it's from a cartridge that's been flattened or something, because that's a big piece of pretty thick brass. Then we had something. Listen to that tone. Very high pitched. Got something here. Maybe it could be more brass. Let's something here. Oh, there's something here. Oh, that's a rock. There's something here. Ooh. What is that? Oh, wow. That's a 20mm. You got to be kidding me. That is a 20mm cartridge from a anti-aircraft gun or something like that. What is that doing here? Well, I do know they had different kind of guns placed along this beach line, but I didn't know they had 20mm. Wow. Okay, okay. That is insanely cool. Let me show you what that is for. So I guess maybe they had the gun just up here because all of this has been moving, I think. Maybe a few years ago or 20 years ago, the dunes were further out here. They've been eaten up. I don't know. Holy cow. Okay, let me see if I can do a little bit more around here because we had more signals. Just a matter of finding it. Let me see. So we have brass. This cartridge was iron. Where is the... There it is. 04. I think that could be iron as well. Yeah, something here. Wait a minute. Oh no. That looks very much like something I found on the Eastern Front that the Russians uses. But that can't be. I think it's part of something else. Wow. Well, Germans were here. 20mm. And I think it could have come from up there. There you go. That was actually very, very interesting. There's a lot of iron signals right here. But they're just tiny fragments of what I think is a barbed wire. Okay, 88 in hole. Interesting, interesting. Why is there a hole there with rocks in? So the 20mm could have come up from there and the Germans just chucked that down. Oh, that's barbed wire. That's barbed wire. There's more in here. No, it's just barbed wire fencing material. Alright, let's continue. There's so many iron signals, so I'm trying to go for higher pitch signals, which could be the mine detonators. Sometimes the signals are chirpy. So it's very difficult actually to sort out every one of them when there are so many of them. Yeah, something here. Oh, that's a cable again. Oh, it's that fencing material, whatever it is. Alright. Where? Oh, okay. Oh, see here? This is actually one of the blown up pieces. I'm going to prove it to you. If you take a good look here, you can see there's indentations of the steel balls. So when they blasted the mines, these are the pieces that will fly around, and you can see each and every hole there. That is from the steel balls that was inside the S mine. Let me show you a little diagram. Yeah, so when they explode these or blow them up, these steel balls will go straight into that. And that's also how it worked when it blows up, if an enemy would step on it on the beach. And imagine you being a soldier here, trying to invade here, and there are thousands of these. This is what will actually kill you. Gentleman just passed by me here, and he's curious, asking what I'm doing. I'm saying looking for mines. And then people just go like totally silent, and they kind of look at you very strangely. And then they say, really? And I say, yeah, really. Right here, they picked up more than 80 mines just a few years ago. And then suddenly people start to get very, very busy and going in the other direction. See here, the part of the German barbed wire fencing system. They had some insane systems on the beaches on the Atlantic Wall. This is on the Atlantic Wall, the stretch of the red line here. And everywhere on these beaches there would be piles and piles and rows of barbed wire. So let me show you a couple of images of how crazy it could be. Yeah, that is how wild that fence was. Thousands of meters on every beach, kilometers after kilometers. And I found hundreds of meters in coils just laying around between rocks and sand dunes and all of that on the Atlantic Wall. So definitely thousands of maybe even kilometers still left in the ground. I think it's just about here where I found the S-mine. Right around here, I'm not 100% sure. In here or something here. Do have a little thing here. I actually saw it for a glimpse of a second in the back there. Let me show you. I think, yeah. That is a 792 K98 cartridge. That is definitely a proof of the German existence. I might, let me put my glasses on here. No, I can't read it. This is, oh, it's been here for a very long time. This is a 792 that the Germans fired. It's actually fired. You can see that in the back. Normally there's a head stamp that could be read. But this 792 was fired by a German soldier right here. Could be from his clip in his Mauser K98, like this. Or it could come from a machine gun post, but then it would be dented up here. So I think it's from a K98 rifle. Wow, that is cool. I want to take the opportunity to say thank you for being here. Thank you to all our Patreon team members, for all of you who help us out with a donation on the Super Thanks feature here. Just click that, and any donations that comes in will be very helpful for us to go out and find and share even more history. And you know, we also have this PayPal donation button here. Just click more. Then you can click on that, and then boom, whatever comes in helps us to go out and find and share even more. And we have hundreds and hundreds of videos, like 100 million views we had got or something like that. So we're constantly hoping that people will help us out to get us out and share more history. And today, wow, I don't know what to say. This is so wholesome to be here. Look at that. That sound with the water coming and going. I'm actually using white noise sound like this, waves, when I'm sleeping, and it's so soothing, so my ear kind of recognizes this. I used to be a sonar operator on a submarine, so my ears are insanely good equipped for sound and sound levels and sound differentiations and all of that. So I really am picky when it comes to sounds when I'm sleeping, and this sounds of the waves really winds me down and I start sleeping almost immediately. So nice to be here and actually hear the real thing. You can see here, guys, it's another piece, and I think these are from when the Germans blasted the mines. You can definitely see the indentations here. You can see that where the steel balls has come in. And what is so cool about this is that when we find pieces like this, you know, we can share them with you guys. So check out this segment here. That, my friend, is a German WWII S-mine display, and we create and give them away to our Patreon team members. This is a German Soldatenheim little shadow box. This is a 9mm munition box. Everything here is original. These are artifacts from the Second World War, and we give them away to our Patreon team members. If you want to check out how to become a Patreon team member, there's a link here in the video description where it says more. Just click that, then you click the link for the Patreon, and then you'll see how you can become a Patreon team member, and you will in the end up with something absolutely spectacular, some small artifacts from the Second World War, and we will share history in a very special way together. yeah, we give them to you, our supporters. So you can check how to become a Patreon team member if you want to. Here there's a link where it says more. Just click that. Then you can click the Patreon team member thing, and there are perks for everyone there. And in the end you will end up having a beautiful piece of the World War II history that we share together. So right there in that passage, that's where the Germans stacked up the mines and they were taken by the storm. And right here is where it was blasted in post-war time. Right here, just a few years ago. So you're gonna see when I do work around here, you're gonna see I'm gonna get a lot more pieces coming up. See here, I'm not sure whether this is a bigger piece of what it is. See that? Wow, what is that? I don't think that that is inside a mine. That's kind of like a spool or something. There you go. I haven't got a clue about that one. This is a surprise. I think there's actually two signals, but right there, see that little thing there? I can see by experience that that's a button. That's a German soldier's button. How cool. You know, the German soldiers had to remove the mines themselves, and many of them were killed in the air just doing that. And we're just like a few meters from the cutout where they stacked up the mines. How cool is that? That's a here button from a German soldier working right here. And they used their uniforms and worked with that. So, wow. But there's also another signal here, so I'm gonna put that in my pocket. Let's see what we have down here. Now I have to use that little spade again. So many rocks here, but it's very dry up here, so I'm not sure whether the ocean will come all the way up here. What happened here now? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's actually, oh my goodness, that's a part of a mine detonator. Oh my goodness. Not only that, guys. Holy cracker. Can you see that? 1940. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Hope you can see that, guys. I'm gonna see if I can get you in there. That's the number RR552, I think, and then suddenly 1940. I'll bring out my phone because that's better when it comes to zooming or getting in there with the dates. So I'm going to do that just to be safe that I have this recording. Holy cow! Can you see that, guys? It says RR552 and then it says 1940 all the way up there. Can you see that? That is a proof of exactly what we're looking for. So RR552 1940, it's a piece of a German mine detonator that was on the top of a S mine, which was placed here by the Germans and removed by the Germans. See the blast position? It's just about here. You don't even have to use a metal detector. Look at all this. This is a pipe that is inside the mines. This is a part of the bottom and the bottom end of the mines. Tons of it here. You can see these are all pieces of the detonated mines, and that took place just about right here. So you can see it, there's a ton of it right here. But down here, or over here, this is the little cutout. You can actually go through here. This was one of the only routes that you could go through coming down to the beach. So the Germans cut that out. They brought all the mines here and they stacked them up. After they picked them up, they stacked them here, and then the storm came and it just flushed everything all the way here. And all the mines were everywhere, hundreds of them. And this is what we see here today. And up there are the fortifications with bunkers, gun positions. So they have higher grounds up there to protect and be able to shoot over the sand dunes. You can see this is what it looks like when it's been blasted with several kilos of TNT. And you know, the Germans put up thousands of mines to prevent people from coming up the beach here, and there are definitely some still here. This is the proof of it. You can see here under the sand here, more pieces, and I'm amazed to see that I didn't do some kind of feature to cover up with some rubber things on top and then blast it, and then you will kind of have control of where all these pieces are. But these pieces are very dangerous for kids or people coming in, stepping on top of them. So it's a good thing that the sand has covered them. But let me show you a little example. See here, this thing here, this is iron, this is rust, this is very, very bad to step on. You see that? It's just kind of laying right there. There's some more pieces here. That's too bad, because they took some measures to just put some rubber mats on top, as they do when they construct houses and stuff. You could have contained all of this in a very little area, but now it's spread over like half a kilometer everywhere. So that's not good. But we found history no matter what. It's so changed. Me and Bunker Buster Go, we found 17 S-mines right here. And they were reported, and the bomb squad came the second time and took them. But it was so much lower here. You could walk on only rocks. Now there's grass and sand everywhere. So I'm just gonna give you a little go here, because I know for sure there are 2 mines still here. But now I even can't recognize where they are. But I'm just gonna go for a little hunt right here. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. See that? I'm gonna bring you here into the shadow. That is actually a piece from a mine, but not the German type of mine. This is from something completely different. What? I'm gonna see if is this from the Teller mine? There you go. This is also from the German kind of installments here, but this I think is a French. I'm gonna look into it. Just wanted you to see this. These here, they are the original fence poles for the German installments, which were actually on the beach. Now they're up here in the hillside. You can see that. That is the German World War II barbed wire. That is one of the obstacles that they put up here. It's rusting away, and you can see that it kind of continues up here into the sand dune, something here, and then there's a steel rod there, and that, and the sand just forces it up into the terrain, because it was never here. It was flat, it was further down, but the sand just moves and moves and moves, and that's why you find the barbed wire fencing system higher up in the dunes. But it was never placed there. It was actually placed on a level like this, you see there. But it's the movement of the sand and all of that actually just moves everything, including the fence poles and all of that. Remember these? These are the ones. I wanted you to see that they actually fit. They actually fit right there. See that? There's a lot of rust on top, on the outside of these, but these are the steel balls that used to be inside these mines, and they were here. The whole beach here was infested with these mines. Purpose was to keep the Allies out, to kill them if they came here, but in the end many of the German soldiers were killed themselves when they had to remove them and then blast them, and this is what we can find here today. Indeed, they are still out there. I'll tell you a little bit more about what we found later there. First, if you want to help us out to reach more locations like this, and go out and find and share interesting things, you can help us to put some gasoline into the fuel tank just by making a little donation here on our Super Thanks feature if you want to. Simple way for you to just let us put some fuel into the camper van and then boom, go out. And also, as you saw, this is one of those that we actually give away to our beautiful World War II enthusiasts and supporters. This is one of the shadow boxes with a genuine German S-mine detonator right there. It is harmless. You saw you can become a Patreon team member, but you can also take part in the draws of what we have for our supporters every month by making a PayPal donation. And you can find that here where it says more. Just click that, and then you find the PayPal thing, and you take part every month in the draw of our very special small pieces of the past that we actually give away to you. We have a motto: history is everywhere and it should be everywhere, and that's how it works. But guys, this place is quite interesting, to be honest. As you saw on the beach, we did find proof of the activity there. A little piece that you saw, I found a little aluminium piece with the date that I said, and that is actually this piece which you see on the top there. This is just a half circle of the piece that we found with the date and everything. And these are S-mine detonators that we found in several locations, and especially there's a video coming later where me and Eagle Eyes, my son, we find a ton of these inside a cave. But not only that, we actually find a mine inside there as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting stuff going on out there. This is a S-mine replica, a 3D print, which one of our great supporters, Roy, has made. Thank you for that. And it's authentic size, or the same size as it is original. And then how cool is it to put on a S-mine detonator that I found, which is in absolutely perfect condition. Boom, there you go. And you can see here, this is exactly what it used to be. And this is actually more of the barbed wire that is just laying around in the countryside out there. Interesting stuff, actually. And you will see the continuation of this saga, because that's what it's actually become. Because, you know, there was a German World War II aircraft crash landing there. And, well, you just have to pay attention to our videos. You might be surprised to see what we find out there in the beach area. You never know what history will bring and share with us. All right, guys, enough from me. Thank you for watching, subscribing, commenting. You really want to help us out. Watch the videos in full. Don't skip. The YouTube algorithm is so harsh towards this kind of material, and I don't like that. I want you guys to help us to prevent that, and just watch the videos in full, leave a comment. That helps actually a lot. And thumbs up, comment, a heart, whatever it takes. Share us on Facebook. It really, really helps us a lot. And we can go out and do more and share more with all of you. All right, guys, stay safe, keep smiling. And before you know it, we will be out there sharing more great history. Bye-bye.